Hey everyone, and welcome. Today we're going to tackle something every single Japanese learner needs to know: how to talk about your family. But trust me, this is way more interesting than just memorizing a list of words. We're actually about to uncover a core piece of Japanese culture. So you might think, okay, just give me the vocabulary, but hold on. There's this super fascinating cultural rule hiding in plain sight. It totally changes how you refer to people, all depending on whether they're in your in-group or not. By the end of this, it's all gonna click, I promise. Okay, let's dive right in. We're gonna build our foundation with the most fundamental terms, kicking things off with mother and father. So, the polite standard term for father is otosan. Now, pay really close attention to that definition on the slide. This is the word you'd use when you're talking about someone else's father. That little distinction is the key to everything we're about to learn. And you guessed it, it's the same deal for mother. The polite term is okasan. Just like otosan, you use this to respectfully refer to another person's mother. So far, so good, right? Now let's move on to siblings. Now, with siblings, Japanese introduces a whole new layer: age. And this isn't just some random vocabulary quirk. It actually reflects the cultural importance of seniority. Get this, there is no single word for brother. Instead, it all depends on their age. An older brother is onisan, and a younger brother is ototo. And that in-group rule we hinted at, it applies here too. While onisan is the polite term for someone else's older brother, you'd call your own older brother ani when speaking to outsiders. And the exact same logic applies to sisters. An elder sister is onisan, and a younger sister is imoto. And just like with brothers, you'd use onisan for someone else's, but refer to your own elder sister as ane. This whole age hierarchy is literally built right into the language. And then, of course, there's tomodachi, for friend. What's cool here is that, unlike with siblings, age isn't a factor. This is just a simple, universal term for a really vital relationship, and it kind of stands outside that family hierarchy we've been exploring. All right, let's expand the circle a bit to the wider family, starting with grandparents. For grandfather, we have oji-san. It's a term of both respect and affection, and you'll probably notice it sounds pretty similar to the next one, which is oba-san for grandmother. See? Oji-san, oba-san. That parallel sound really helps them stick in your memory. And finally, we have oji-san for uncle and oba-san for aunt. Now, you have to be super careful with pronunciation here. A grandfather is oji-san with a long E sound. An uncle is oji-san with a short I. That tiny little difference in sound changes the entire meaning. Okay, we've got the vocabulary down, but now we get to the single most important rule. It all comes down to one simple question. Are you talking about your family or someone else's? This is where everything we've learned just clicks into place. Remember how otosan was specifically for someone else's father? This begs the question, why would you possibly need two different words for father? Well, the answer reveals something really fundamental about communication in Japan. So here's the deal. It's all about the in-group versus the out-group. When you talk about someone else's family, the out-group, you elevate them by using polite forms like otosan. But when you talk about your own family, your in-group, you use different, more humble words. For your own father, you say chichi. For your own mother, haha. You're essentially humbling your own family to show respect to the person you're speaking with. Now, theory is one thing, but let's see this rule in action with some practical, real-world examples. Check out this sentence. It means, my father is a teacher. The speaker uses chichi, the humble word, because they're talking about their own father to an outsider. They would never, ever say watashi no otosan in this context. This is the rule in action. And we see it again right here. Watashi no haha wa yasashi desu, meaning, my mother is kind. The speaker uses the humble form haha because they are describing a member of their own in-group. It's such a subtle but powerful way to show social awareness. And for our last example, let's look at friend. Watashi no tomodachi wa totemo shinsetsu desu. Because tomodachi isn't part of that core family hierarchy that requires this humble/polite distinction, the word just stays the same. It's a great example of a simple sentence structure you can use. So if you remember just one thing from this, let it be this. When speaking to other people, you elevate their family with polite forms, and you humble your own. It's not just about vocabulary.
It's a social dynamic that's embedded directly into the language.
You know, this whole principle of uchi soto, or inside versus outside, is everywhere in Japan. You'll see it in business etiquette, gift giving, even how people interact in public versus private spaces. So the final question is, now that you know this pattern, where else will you spot it? Thanks for joining me.